15th, 2025, Kenya awoke to devastating news. Raila Odinga, the former Prime Minister and five-time presidential contender, had died at 80 from cardiac arrest while receiving medical treatment in a hospital in southern India. Raila had traveled there earlier in the month for what was described as routine care following a persistent health issue, a blood clot in his head, and his brother Oburu Odinga later revealed, discharged and recuperating in Kerala, Raila appeared stable, even sharing updates with family. But in an instant, the man who had defined opposition politics for decades was gone. Nationwide mourning ensued. Vigils lit up Nairobi streets, Nyanza region's heartland, overflowed with tributes, and even political rivals paused to acknowledge his role in pushing for multi-party democracy, constitutional reforms, and anti-corruption battles. Raila's funeral on October 19th drew thousands, including President William Ruto and opposition figures, underscoring his cross-aisle influence. Yet, within days, grief turned to anger when a video from Nyeri County surfaced, exposing remarks that struck at the nation's raw wound. Four days after Raila's death on October 21st, Nyeri Governor Mutahi Kahiga attended a burial in his home village. Speaking in Kikuyu to a local crowd, Kahiga reflected on national events. The clip, which quickly went viral, captured him saying that Raila's death was part of a divine plan to redirect state resources back to the Mount Kenya region, implying they had been diverted elsewhere due to Raila's influence. The plan that had been hatched, all goodies were being directed there because of tomorrow's plan, he stated, suggesting the passing removed an obstacle to central Kenya's development priorities. The remarks, perceived as celebratory amid mourning, exploded across social media and news outlets. Critics from across the political spectrum condemned them as insensitive, divisive, and politically motivated, especially given the fresh pain of loss.
And what I know is that Kahiga does not speak for himself. Kahiga is the spokesperson of Rigathi Gachagua. Nandi Senator Samson Cherargei called them ungodly, un-African, uncouth, and bordering on witchcraft. Raila's sister Ruth Odinga posted on Facebook, quote, "A whole governor, shame on you," end of quote. The video's contest, a funeral setting, amplified the backlash, turning personal grief into a flashpoint for long-standing ethnic and regional tensions in Kenyan politics.
Nobody is burnt in grieving Kahiga if he wants to come to.
Enter Oburu Odinga, Raila's elder brother by 1 year and 3 months, whom he often called his twin. At 83, Oburu serves as Siaya senator and has long been the Odinga family's steady diplomat, a medical doctor turned politician who navigated the turbulent 1980s coup attempts and 1990s reform struggles alongside their father, Jaramogi Oginga Odinga, Kenya's first vice president. On November 2nd, 2025, Oburu addressed Kahiga's comments during a public interview. Rather than retaliation, he chose restraint. Quote, "I take it as childish and I excuse them," Oburu said. "I don't take a grudge with them. I know these are small minds, and if you take grudge with them, your heart might stop earlier than God's plan."
I've excused him. I don't have any problem with anybody who wants to come and mourn with us. We are friends of everybody, and Raila was a friend of everybody. You never saw Raila refusing to welcome any opponent of his, even the worst enemies. He was welcoming them. Yes, but when it comes to the field there, where you're campaigning for the minds of the people you want to capture, then there you differ. But you don't differ personally, that you want to hurt your friend.
He emphasized that leaders must rise above pettiness, noting Kahiga's age suggested maturity, Yet the remarks reflected otherwise. As a leader, he should not be thinking of the death of any person, let alone a leader, Oburu added. Whether he was your political enemy, as I said earlier, there are no political enemies. You might be political enemies today, then tomorrow you are together. Oburu's words, delivered calmly, reframed the incident from confrontation to a call for growth, extending forgiveness to the Odinga family and Luo community on behalf of a healing nation.
Me as the head of the Odinga family, I say we have forgiven you, Nani. What is his name? The governor, Kahiga. Mutahi Kahiga.
The pressure mounted swiftly. By October 22nd, Kahiga faced calls for accountability from civil society, opposition leaders, and even some Kenya Kwanza allies. In a press conference that day, he resigns as the vice chairperson of the Council of Governors. Quote, "From the very onset, I want to sincerely apologize to our mourning nation, to the family of the Right Honorable former Prime Minister Raila Amolo Odinga, Mama Ida Odinga, her children Rosemary Jr. and Winnie, Honorable Senator Oburu Odinga, Honorable Member of Parliament Ruth Odinga, other siblings, the extended family, the ODM fraternity, the Luo nation, and Kenyans at large," Kahiga stated.
"I am taking responsibility of the real and perceived meaning of my remarks, and as a result, therefore, I have decided that with immediate effect, I am going to step down as the Vice Chair of the Council of Governors."
He defended the remarks as taken out of context, insisting they were not celebratory, but a commentary on political and developmental challenges in the broad-based government. The clip was taken while attending a burial in my home village, and my remarks were in no way celebratory, he clarified, adding that he took responsibility for any perceived harm. Kahiga also signed a condolence book earlier, mourning Raila as a loss to Kenya. His resignation was seen by some as orchestrated pressure from ODM and others, marking a rare instance of immediate political consequence in Kenya's discourse.
And as I do that, I also pray that the soul of the Right Honorable Prime Minister Raila Odinga continue resting in eternal peace. God bless Kenya.
The ODM Raila's party responded hours after the video emerged. On October 21st, ODM's official X post read, quote, "In this period of mourning following the loss of our party leader Raila Odinga, we wish to pray for the governor of Nyeri Mutahi Kahiga that God forgives him for the utterances he made on the passing of our leader." The statement condemned the remarks as regrettable for a public leader, urging sensitivity during grief. ODM Secretary General Edwin Sifuna later elaborated that the comments disrespected Raila's memory and attacked the Luo community, noting Raila's recent expression of shock at human heartlessness. Yet, the party's tone echoed Oburu's forgiveness, prioritizing unity over escalation. This approach constructed with harsher voices like Homa Bay woman Representative Joyce Osogo, who linked the remarks to coordinated efforts by figures like Deputy President Rigathi Gachagua to exploit the vacuum left by Raila. Oburu's act of grace raises questions for Kenya's political landscape. With Raila gone, will forgiveness foster dialogue in the lead up to 2027 elections or deepen rifts? Kahiga's resignation signals accountability, but sustaining unity demands more. Perhaps Oburu's invitation for leaders to evolve beyond small minds. For Maisha TV, I'm William Juma.